Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Dr. Khokhar, with the program Bible Explains It All. Thank you very much for joining us this beautiful Saturday morning from Dallas, Texas. Today, we are talking about happiness. Where is this happiness? Aren't we all looking for happiness? And somehow we thought just getting wealthy is, I'm going to get happy. Having the dream boy or dream girl of my life, I will be happy. Okay, then I just thought, having a bigger house, beautiful car, more friends, becoming a famous, all these things, and you go on and on, the wish list never ends. I just thought if I have all my wish list come to fruition, I will become so happy. But then I just realized that is not happiness because I achieved everything and I'm still not happy. But what happens by having this, the more and more my lust to just keep going on and on, I just figure out that this is the root cause of all my anxiety. This is the root cause of all the wickedness. What about wars? If you see, the root cause of majority of the wars is because of these items and plus more, which I discussed in front of you. I recited some things in front of you, and this is the root cause of the war in Ukraine. We just see a lot of what's going on. It is only that the poor people are being killed, and all these big wig people, they are trying to get all their happiness on the back of these poor people in Ukraine. What are they trying to do? Trying to get some kind of utility just in the name of correctness, which is the root cause. They are thinking this is the root cause of all the wickedness. And they're calling it, and they're just giving it any other name. I don't want to go in politics this morning, but I'm just seeing that exactly where, if you are finding happiness, then where is this happiness? And how can you find it? Now, who told you that you have to be happy? And what is happiness? Who put all these things, all these dogmas in your mind, trying to tell you that if you wrap your head around these things, that will cause some kind of happiness and that will give you happiness? Who told you that? Obviously, it's in the Bible, Genesis chapter 3, verse 3 to 7. If we see that Satan somehow told us we were just very happy. In the Garden of Eden, according to the Bible, Adam and Eve, they were happy and they were doing perfectly fine. But somehow Satan came and told them that they are not happy. And in order to achieve that happiness, they have to do something. And that's what they did. And that is the first sin. What they did, that Satan told them, you just go and eat the fruit of the tree. I mean, I just talk significant amount of time before this thing, the fruit of the tree, but I'm not gonna go into. But he said, go and eat this fruit, and that will give you the judgment of good and evil, and then you become knowledge of good and evil, and you become happy. And since then, we are trying to find happiness. And the more we try to find the happiness, the more we run after it. Somehow the happiness is keep running in front of us and we cannot even touch it. It is just like a mirage, an unreal reflection. We just try to reach that mirage like in a desert, and once we try to touch it, we just realize this is not it. And then we start running again. And then we find another mirage, and those mirages, they are never ending. The only problem is this: the root cause of this evil is that we need something when we do not need anything. Now, nobody has seen the full measure of their happiness, if they call wealth, sex, and you name it. Nobody has seen except King Solomon. King Solomon is the one, according to the Bible, he has seen it all. And if you go in Ecclesiastics, you know, and he's saying, meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher. Everything is meaningless. He's saying King Solomon is the richest king who ever lived on the face of earth, and he saw it all. Whatever you dream about, King Solomon already acquired that in the name of happiness. The biggest kingdom, he had like not one or two wives. I mean, you name it. He had a lot of wives. Wealth, he was famous. He was, I mean, you name, wisdom is just. And he said the more wisdom you get, the more trouble you get, because now you know more, and now you're carrying this wisdom more around you. So at the end, he's saying that he's not happy. So just take advice from the king, King Solomon, that the things cannot make you happy. Somehow we think these things, they can make us happy. Now, where is happiness then? Now, if you really see the way God has created us, God himself is the fuel for my soul. If I what I'm just trying to do, I'm just trying to put some fuel of wealth, fuel of sex, fuel of just becoming famous, fuel of all other things other than God, and I'm running after those things, and things are not there. And I'm just going to tell you, this is not cliche. I'm just going to say on this program, but I'm just going to take you into the rationality. And from the rationality, I'm just going to pull the happiness above, because I do not believe in cliches. If I say, just go and do this, you become happy, I'm not talking about that. Cliche mean just one strange sentence you learn from different people and think this is correct, and somebody just tell you, just go and do it. In this program, we're going to talk more about it. Now, so it means if God is the fuel of my happiness, so should I become monastic? Monastic mean if you just go in the jungles, you leave everybody, just like in the Eastern religions, you see, they probably realize the thing that if you just go and leave the world behind you, go in some jungle or some solitary place, so that is becoming monastic is a happiness. That's exactly opposite to it. Now, so what should I do? Then I should go to a religious leader and ask him how to become happy? Or should I go to a psychologist to ask him how to become happy? The psychologists, they are not happy themselves. I tell you the truth. If you just go and deep down and ask them, they're not happy. So then where should I run to? Should I run to a religious leader or some big honcho religious leader who knows it all, like King Solomon, and ask him, where's his happiness? But the problem is this: if you go to a religious leader, most of the time, they will tell you to do and do's and don'ts. That is not a happiness. They will give you laws for each everything. They will tell you, just when you sit, don't sit on your right side because of this, don't sit on your left side. When you eat, just go this way. When you eat, use your right hand, don't use your left hand. What it has to do with the fuel of my soul, which comes from God, if you are putting all this heavy laden burden on me? Is that happiness? When you tell me that each and everything I need to move forward, I need to do this to be happy. The more you try to tell your mind to do things, the more your mind becomes cluttered with all this garbage and becomes unhappy. It is exactly opposite, exactly what you're thinking the happiness should be. Now, if you see, Matthew chapter number 11, verse 28 to 30. It's saying, "Come to me, all you who are weary, unhappy, and burdened, and I will give you rest or happiness. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find happiness in your souls. For your souls, I'm sorry. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So what is Jesus trying to say? Jesus is trying to say, if you want to become happy, then you come to him, not running after the happiness, because the happiness is not in the law. Happiness is not in becoming a monastic. Happiness is not in a wealth. Happiness is in God, and the God himself can provide that happiness to you. You cannot just go and ask God, or just like bang the door of the God and ask him to provide you happiness. It does not work that way. So what does it mean? I do not have to keep laws. I just said it a minute ago that don't do this. So does it mean I do not have to keep laws of God and just become a lawlessness person in this world, or become monastic, just leave? It's everybody want to be happy, so it means everybody has to leave this world and go some solitary place. What do I have to do? Or I have to become a lawless person? Because according to the Matthew, what I just recited in front of you, if it does it mean that you just God can provide you happiness, not the law, then does it mean that I have to become lawless? No, this is exactly opposite. Exactly opposite means is this way, because you are not becoming a lawless person, because God is asking you to become his son. Because if you see, the whole concept of the Bible is God is a father. God portray himself as a father, and God call you as a son. Because once you come through Christ, then you become the son of God. You become a daughter of God. And now, when you become a daughter or a son of God, you are not keeping those commandments because you have to. You are keeping those commandments because you are the heir. You are the son, you are the daughter, and you are doing it because father asked you to do it. It is not the commandment. It is just like God is telling you how to have a happy life, and you have changed, we have changed it into commandments. I know it is a little heavy where I'm going, where the waters I'm taking you into. It's a little heavy, but I really want you to understand it. I want to quell all the trouble and all this myth Satan has put in our minds. I'm trying to quell that myth. Now, the question still remains that by just, if I come to Jesus and say, God is my father, so I become happy. So is that a happiness? I see a lot of people, they really say they believe Christ and they came to Christ and they are not happy. Oops, what did I say? Yes, I see a lot of people, they know Bible inside out and they are still not happy. So where is the happiness? Okay. Like I told you, because I really believe if you do not tell why and how question, if you cannot answer the why and how question, then it is all cliche. And we will answer the why and how, because we are running out of time. But in my second part, I'm just going to tell you why and how you can become the son of God and the happiness could be yours. So God bless you all. Thank you very much for watching us. Until then, adhere to Christ, because Christ is the key to happiness. And we're just gonna go more in detail in our next program. God bless you all. Thank you very much.